Hi guys, my name is Geovani. I am a student in the Economic and Business Faculty in Tanjung Pura University. I am recording this video to fulfill the task of midterm examination from Mr. Adi Mursalin. Here are the questions. And this is my answer. Question number 1 is about the definition of human resource management from 5 experts. The first definition is from Herwiger, Jackson, Slocum, and Stode. In 2009, they said that human resource management is a process of analyzing and managing an organization's human resource needs to ensure satisfaction of its objective strategies. And the second definition is from Edwin B. Flippo. He defines HRM as planning, organizing, directing, and controlling of procurement, development, compensation, integration, maintenance, and separation of human resource to the end that individual, organizational, and social objectives are accomplished. And the third definition is from Milkovic and Boudreau. They define human resource management as a series of integrated decisions that form the employment relationship. Their quality contributes to the ability of the organizations and the employees to achieve their objectives. The fourth definition is from Dessler in 2007. He said that human resource management is the policies and practice involved in carrying out the people or human resource aspects of a management position, including recruitment, screening, training, and appraising. And the fifth and the last definition from experts is from David A. DiZenzo and Stephen P. Robbins. They said HRM is concerned with the people dimension in management. Since every organization is made up of people, acquiring their service, developing their skills, motivating them to higher level of performance, and ensuring that they continue to maintain their commitment to the organization is essential to achieve organizational objectives. This is true regardless of the type of organization, government, business, education, health, or social action. The second question is about the opinion about videos that the link is given by Mr. Adi. My opinion about the first video. This video explains human resource strategy and planning. First, the speaker explained about the meaning of strategy. He is using some famous brands' strategy as example. Then he explained many things such as company functions, plans, even their operational. At the end, the lecturer explains all the material accompanied with example which is famous brand. Next is the second video, and here's my review. This video explains about introduction to the human resource management. First, the speaker explained about the meaning of research. He also using some famous brand as example which is related to the issue that they use. Then he explained many things such as the definition of human resource management, trends, and key field action in human resource management. At the end, the lecturer concludes all the material in a landscape of human resource management. Next is the third video. Here's my review. This video explains about talent acquisition. First, the speaker explained about traditional approach in recruiting candidates for acquisition. Then, he explained many things such as employer brand, strategies, and the retaining and promotion of talented candidates. At the end, the lecturer concluded by saying that it is a crucial action that will be taken by a company. And the fourth video, here's my review. This video explains about candidate selection. First, the speaker explained about the possibilities of company have more applicants, about how to do a selection. Then, he explained many things such as possible risk, how a company determines performance, how the criteria of the candidates, and methods of the selection. At the end, this video is actually the first part of 2, so it's just the end of the video. This is the 5th video, and here's my review. This video explains about compensation and benefit. First, the speaker explained about the component of reward. Then, he explained many things such as equity, components, factors, practice, benefits, and the impact of the performance of the employee. At the end, the lecture concludes about the value that employee and company get from all the reward of compensation and benefits. Now it's time to answer number 3 about reward and motivations definition. I will define them separately. First, I will give you the definition of rewards. The first definition comes from Kessler in 2005. He said that employee reward represents one of the central pillars supporting the employment relationships. The second definition of reward is may be defined as form of financial returns and tangible services and benefits employees receive, by Milkovic and Newman in 2004. And the third definition is employee reward may be perceived as an effort bargain, by Benrod and Baldemus. The fourth definition of reward is from Duncan Brown. He said that the reward is strategy is ultimately way of thinking that you can apply to any reward issue arising in your organization to see how you create value from it. And the last definition of reward, or the 5th, is the reward strategy defines the direction in which reward management, innovation, and development should go to support the business strategy, how they should be integrated, the priority that should be given to initiatives, and the pace at which they should be implemented, by Armstrong and Morales in 2007. Next is the definition of motivation. According to Sheng Nancy, motivation can be defined as the act of providing motive that causes someone to act. In other words, according to Nancy Shanks, motivation causes someone to act and someone else cannot make someone motivated. And the second is from Ray Williams. He said that predisposition to behave in a purposeful manner to achieve specific unmet needs and the will to achieve, and the inner force that drives individuals to accomplish personal organizational goals. The third experts are Ryan and Edward. They say that the orientation of motivation concerns the underlying attitudes and goals that give rise to action. And the fourth is from Gradler, Brosets, and Garrison in 2004. Broadly define motivation as the attribute that moves us to do or not to do something. And the 5th definition of motivations comes from Turner in 1995. Considers motivations to be synonymous with cognitive engagement, which he defined as voluntary use of high-level self-regulated learning strategies such as paying attention, connection, planning, and monitoring. Now is the answer for question number 4. Question number 4 is about the correlation between reward and motivation. And there are many correlations between reward and motivation. It could be positive or negative. Whether the reward affects motivation or not, some yes, some no. The detail will be answered to the question later. And the next question on number 4 is the research that says that reward has an effect on the employee's work in a company. I found some search that says the rewards affect the employees in a company, which one of them is the relationship between reward management system and employee performance with the mediating role of motivation, a quantitative study on global banks Pinar Güngör in Okan University, Istanbul 34722 Turkey. In this study, the relation between reward management system applications, motivation, and employee performance were investigated. Bank employees of global banks in Istanbul formed the sample of this study. The response rate was below the expected rate as only 116 employees of 12 banks answered the survey. In terms of result of statistical tests, the first hypothesis supported through the regression analysis. According to the findings, it is found that financial rewards have positive effects on employees' performance. The second hypothesis aimed to measure the effect of motivation on employees' performance. Therefore, as a mediating variable, it is found that both extrinsic and intrinsic reward have an impact on employee performance. Next is the research that says reward has no effect on employees' work in a company. The title of the research is Relationship between Rewards and Nurse Work Motivation in Addis Ababa Hospitals by Nebiat Negusi. A cross-sectional survey was conducted from June to December in 2010 in 5 public hospitals in Addis Ababa. Among 794 nurses, 259 were selected as a sample. Results of the study revealed that nurses are not motivated and there is a statistically significant relationship between rewards and nurse work. Furthermore, there is significant difference in nurse work motivation based on age, educational qualification, and work experiences, while there is no significant difference in nurse work motivation based on gender. In conclusion, the study shows that nurses are less motivated by rewards they receive, while rewards have significant and positive contribution for nurse motivation. Therefore, both hospital administrator and Addis Ababa Health Bureau should revise the existing nurse motivation strategy. And the number 5 is about definition of job design based on my opinion. So, in my opinion, job design is the process of choosing and deciding the content, methods, and the details of a job and the relationship which exists in the organization. In other way, I could say that job design is the way to make decisions about work responsibilities, duties, activities, and tasks specifically. How important job design for managers and employees in a company? Job design is very important for managers and employees in a company because effective and efficient way can be measured based on the employee skill, quality, and the capital for paying them. Besides, it is also important to measure performance improvement in a company. Question number 6 is about the definition of performance management by 5 experts. The first definition comes from Armstrong and Barron in 1998. They define it as a strategic and integrated approach to increase the effectiveness of companies by improving the performance of the people who work in them and by developing the capabilities of teams and individual contributors. And the second definition is from Lawler in 2003. He said that performance management can be interpreted differently through different perspectives of people. It provides important source of information on human capital and its huge contribution to the organization. It allows the organization in a way to perceive how well individuals are achieving their objectives. And the third definition is from Bates and Holton in 1995. They define performance is a multi-dimensional construct the measurement of which varies depending on a variety of factors. It is important to determine whether the measurement objective is to assess performance outcomes or behaviors. And the fourth definition is from Thornton and Hall in 1995. They define performance management systems are increasingly seen as the way to manage employee performance rather than relying on appraisal alone. Such systems offer advantage of being tied closely into the objectives of the organization, and therefore the resulting performance is more likely to meet organizational needs. And the fifth definition of performance management is come from Weiss and Hartel in 1997. They said that performance management as a process for establishing a shared understanding about what is to be achieved and how it is to be achieved. An approach to managing people which increase the profitability of achieving jobs-related success. Now I'm going to answer questions number 7 about what I studied during the first half of this semester. The chapter that I learned for this half of semester are the human resource management, theories, models, and practices. This is about the introduction to human resource management. And second is about recruitment and selection. This chapter discusses about the process on how to recruit and select employee. And the third chapter is training and development. This chapter we learn about how to improve employee skills and quality through training. The fourth is individual performance, attitudes, and behavior. In this chapter, we learn about employees' performance and their attitude. And the fifth is reward systems and motivation. In this chapter, we learn about the effect of reward on employees' motivation. The sixth is about the performance management. In this chapter, we learn about managing the performance. And the seventh is job design and role development. In this chapter, we learn about job and role specification. The eighth chapter, we learn about employee involvement and participation. In this chapter, we learn about participation in the work of employee. In the ninth chapter, we learn about employee relation. This chapter discusses about the relationship between employee to employee or employee to manager. And the 10th is diversity and equal opportunities. In this chapter, we learn about the diverse and in work environment. The last we learn in half semester is labor economics. We learn about labor. And the next, I will discuss about the speakers. For the first chapter, which is human resource management, it is presented by Puger Laksana Sadewo. He gave the awesome fluent presentation without any obstacle, and he's good. The second chapter is driven by Reno Akbaroreski about recruitment and selection. He gave awesome, entertaining, and interactive presentation while he driven the material. The third chapter about training and development is given by Erickson Sanjaya. He gave fluence and interactive with the audience. And the fourth is about individual performance. It's driven by Luna Anissa. She gave a good material driven but quietly to fast presentation. And the fifth is about reward system and motivation, presented by Miriam Asali. She delivered it very nice. And the sixth is performance management, given by Putri Atika Marwa. She gave a nice and quite good presentation. And the seventh presenter is Winnie Laurencia. She delivered a material about job design and role development. She gave it, the material is very complete and very nice presentation. And the eighth is about employees' involvement and participation by Gadis Mesantika Atmaja. She gave a very good material and interactive with the people. The ninth is employee relation by Husnul Anisarani. She is giving the material very good, and also about the reward that is very good. The 10th is about diversity and equal opportunities from Pandu Wibowo. He give a very nice presentation, but the best is the reward. And the last about labor economics given by Stephen. It is a good and complete, just lack of interaction with the audience.